Do you want to become a data analyst, but you don't know where to start? Or have you asked yourself, what do I need to learn? How long will it take to learn? Or maybe you are even wondering, can you really get into data analysis if you do not have a background of computer science or statistics? I understand. I know these questions are flooding your mind, and myself, I only had a biology background, but I kept wondering, how can I begin going into the data analysis world, genomics analysis world? Why can't I just focus on microbiology, working in a lab? Why can't I do what I was comfortable with? Hi, I'm Isaac. If you're new to this channel, you are welcome. We need you at this place. On this channel, we deal with the people who are into statistical analysis and genomics analysis. So if you're interested in any of that, consider sticking around. And in this video, I will show you step-by-step ways of how to become a data analyst this year. Here is something that people don't always tell you. Being a data analyst is not only knowing about these numbers. Yes, we do work with the data most of the time. We do clean it, we do study the data, we do write reports about it. But the real job is about helping people, helping companies, helping a school, helping an institution make decision using the data. Let me give you an example. Imagine a hospital wants to know if patients are getting better in case they are giving them a new that some supplier has been giving to them. Or let's say a company wants to know if their sales have been dropping in the last few months. They don't just have to guess. They can use data, they give the data analyst, and then they will have to analyze and draw this pattern. Then the CEOs, the managers can make informed decision based on your report. And data analysts do work in very many fields: health, banking, agriculture, genomics, which I am in right now, and then social sciences, among us very many others. And by the way, in the year 2025, the need of data analysts is still growing. And in fact, 80% of organizations do say that they need people with better data analysis skills in their team. So what skills do you need to learn if you want to go into this career path? I'm going to keep things very, very simple. You don't need like 20 tools or like 5 solid skills or just to get started. You don't need that. Number one, if you can learn Excel or Google spreadsheets, this is the most common starting point. When you learn Excel, which is what I began with, it can allow you clean data, sort data, even perform basic analysis, basic visualization like graph plotting. In fact, in my country, I was surprised when I asked data analysts working in ministries and top areas. I asked them that, what kind of softwares do you always use? They told me most of them do use Excel. They haven't gone ahead like to learn these Stata, SPSS, R, Python, these complicated things. No. Most of them do use Excel. So just learning Excel can really take you a long way. Of course, it can be hard if your data is too complex, complicated, too large. It may be hard to work with. But if the data set is minimal and you don't have to do comprehensive analysis beyond descriptive statistics, you can actually use Excel to take you a long way. But if data is not enough for your analysis, you can then now progress to a much more comprehensive software. Usually for people doing statistical analysis, I'd recommend Learn Starter. It is syntax based or command based. It is fast, medium to use. The learning curve is a bit medium to use, but you can do a lot with the starter software. And it also introduces you to programming and writing commands. So from there, you can easily transition into programming or big data analytics. There are so many things you can progress if you have learned starter. But if you're not comfortable with the writing commands, then you can learn SPSS software. Of course, originally this software was developed for social scientists performing surveys and all these day-to-day analysis. However, as time goes by, most latest versions cannot perform much better analysis. But the problem with the starter and SPSS is that they are expensive. They are not free. You have to get license for them. And me, in my opinion, if you're starting out, you don't have money to pay for those licenses, which is why you could choose to learn R software or Python. Both of them are free. They can help you write small programs. You can do your data analysis, and they're much more customizable. There are so many packages built for each of them. You can do so much beyond that. Again, if you want to know whether you should choose R or you should choose Python, I'll recommend one of the videos within the channel here. It will help you on which choice to make. After that, you can go a little bit deeper if you want to go into database management. Then you can learn SQL. It's a language that can help you ask basic questions here and there from a very big database. And from there, you can go much deeper into visualization, creating charts and graphs. For example, you can design a Power BI dashboard. You can maybe learn Tableau, or you can learn ggplot, which is a package in R software for data visualization. Each of these tools has what it can do best in and what it cannot do well in. It depends on the project you're working with, so you may need to have a good understanding what you want to achieve with that particular project. But again, just to summarize everything, regardless of which software, which tool you are going to use, I always encourage people to make sure they have a fair understanding of some basic or theoretical knowledge on things like mean, median, p-values, correlation values, confidence intervals. Some of these statistics are very important to know their meaning, because analyzing data is one thing, but reporting it is another. Not very many people can understand the long codes, the complex analysis output. If you cannot translate your work into a simple, digestible format, then many people will not engage with your work. So still, it would be important to know the different theories behind, the different explanation, the different ways you can present your results. Those are the same advice I tend to give the students whom I work with. Diploma, undergrad, master's, PhD, and postdoc, amongst other courses. When they come to me, they want to learn how to do this analysis. Those are the same steps I tell them to follow. So if you want to work with me directly, you can book a one-on-one consultation and we talk more about these things. If not, if you want to learn starter, I have a starter program. So make sure you be part of the waiting list so that you can get 50% off when I drop that comprehensive tutorial for absolute beginners. Doesn't matter if you have no idea about how to perform data analysis in starter software, it's all right. If you already had an idea but you're not sure of your skill level, it's all okay. It caters everything. It is purely hands-on. We have a lot of data set to work with. We shall be answering some objectives, and you will be able to know how to write your report at the end of the day. So make sure you don't miss that. Moving on. Now, how about the time frame? How long can learning these skills realistically take? Check this video next.